It's where it's at. You're listening to Left at the Valley. I don't know why you are, but you are.
Hey, I know this sounds crazy, but the angel of God told me I'm pregnant with his kid.
Really? That's hard to believe.
No, it's a great honor, husband. We get to raise the Messiah.
So, God, the big cheese himself, the guy who created the universe by speaking it into being, told you, a 12-year-old, that you're pregnant.
Uh-huh.
I see. In that case, happy Mother's Day. I got you this pie.
Wow, thanks. Uh, did you steal this pie?
No, I made it from scratch with fresh ingredients.
Okay, but we are on the edge of a desert and we have no oven.
Yeah, God helped.
Really?
See how it sounds? Just admit you cheated, Mary. This whole virgin birth thing is starting to get out of hand. We got freaking shepherds following us now.
Yeah, but the other guys had really good gifts.
What the fuck is myrrh?
That was awesome.
All right, I'm Dr. Clint Haycock, and you took a left at the Valley.
Oh, I'm sorry. I took a left at the Valley.
I took a left at the Valley.
I was saying you.
I was
just
confused.
Different.
Someone took a left at the Valley. It may have been me. I'm not sure.
We're all taking a left turn now.
Yeah, taking a left, a hard left, I think.
I know we shouldn't have to
I didn't
scream
hear
that
that.
we're atheists. You know, we don't have non-astrologers and all that. But with the religious people taking over the world, I mean, we can either speak up or be pushed into a corner.
I'm proud to be an atheist, a skeptic, a non-believer, an infidel, a heathen. I call it how I see it. The saints ignorance and you just call it faith in unsubstantiated claims. That's something to be ashamed. I'm an atheist. I'm an atheist.
Coming to you from Frostbite, BC, Alligator, Florida, Coat Hanger, Texas, and Juicy Juice, Minnesota. This is Left at the Valley 2.0. My name is Kevin, and according to research, Generation Z is more likely to recognize Sonic the Hedgehog than Shakespeare. Which is ridiculous because the birth is long dead, and I don't know how the hell he would know what a blue hedgehog is. Joining me as usual, Tita will tell you that the three hardest things to say are I was wrong, I need help, and Worcestershire sauce.
It's Worcestershire.
Whatever. See, that starts hard. She doesn't like Russian dolls because they're full of themselves. Sabrina. And if you wanted a relationship with an imaginary being, it would be Jessica Rabbit, Brett Lee.
That's right.
He's reading a book about anti-gravity. It's impossible to put down. Benjamin.
That's me.
And she swallowed a dictionary, gave her the worst Thoris throat she's ever had.
That says a lot.
I hope you had a great week. And this show is brought to you by our patrons. You too can become a patron. Just go to patreon.com/LATV and help us grow the show. Last show before Christmas, guys.
Yes.
I thought it'd be appropriate to put that theme, although everybody seems to hate it. I like that song.
He does like
I
that
actually like the song.
Yeah. I get that you like the song, but I've now lost Whamageddon. So
Oh, no.
You're rude.
That's
Gonna
not
lose
part of
that.
Whamageddon, is it?
isn't it? I thought it was the
No, that's a whole different. Whamageddon is the thing that has to do with the Wham song,
Yeah.
the
I
Christmas song.
Yeah.
What song?
But there is a whole Mariah Carey contest that's similar to Whamageddon.
Really?
Oh. Okay, maybe I
Yeah.
was thinking of a different one, but I'm still in the Little Drummer Boy challenge.
Isn't Wham the like have yourself a merry little Christmas? No,
No,
that's not it.
No, I thought it was All I Want for Christmas Is You.
Last
Yeah,
Christmas,
really?
I gave you my heart. The
That's
very
it.
next
Oh,
day.
that's it. Yes.
Oh.
That's the one. Okay.
There's
I
too
know
many
that
of these.
song.
I think George Michael as a singer was highly underrated. The man was actually quite brilliant. Anyway,
Oh yeah. Very good.
so today we'll be talking to Tom and Cecil of Cognitive Dissonance. Apparently, this little show I've never quite heard of it.
You have
Apparently
never
it's
heard of cognitive?
might be a flash in
dissonance?
the pan. I don't know. I'm not too
Yeah.
sure. But anyway,
No.
we'll have them in the second half of the show.
Yeah, flash in the pan. Where are they at? 600 and.
I don't know. God knows.
It's nothing, it's not that much.
Some nobodies. We'll have them
Yeah,
on the show.
We'll help them grow the show.
We'll have them grow the show. Exactly.
Yeah.
We're so sweet.
Yeah, I know we are. Right? Let's go into our chit chat. In Grift News, got a Grift News. Did you guys hear this from the BBC? Some necklaces that are actually sold to gullible fools are claiming to protect you from the nefarious 5G.
What?
Yes.
Ooh.
They have these necklaces they're selling, to protect you from 5G radiation. Well, the Dutch Authority for Nuclear Safety and Radiation Protection, which is it's called ANVS, issued a warning about 10 of these products they found online, giving them aware harmful ionizing radiation. So,
Wait. Rewind.
yes, the Dutch Authority for Nuclear Safety is basically saying that some of these jewelry that people are buying to protect themselves from 5G is actually giving off radiation.
And isn't the whole point of 5G is that it's radioactive and you want it to not?
Not quite. Not
Yeah,
quite.
well, it's just the types of wave
Explain why.
patterns they say are harmful.
Right.
Ionizing radiation actually damages your DNA, while the mobile networks that use 3, 4, and even 5G use non-ionizing radio waves, right? So this is how the cell phone signal is transmitted. So these people are essentially selling you something harmful to protect you against something harmless.
Well, I knew
Right.
5G was harmless, but what is their argument that 5G is
Harmful. They say
because of the?
it's basically throwing radiation at you.
Yeah. Okay.
But what they're not
So what I was
realizing
thinking-
is 5G is
Well, of course
non-ionizing.
it is. Yeah.
But they're selling
Kind of
in.
ironic.
I know that's exactly what I'm saying. So when I said rewind, they're actually selling you what they said they're going to protect you from.
Yeah, exactly.
Uh-huh.
So
Okay.
some of the sellers of these products are actually located in the Netherlands. They have actually been told to recall their products. If you're interested in finding more about this, the ANVS have published a list of their products on their website. You
Okay.
can actually check. But in other
What's
words,
their website?
Yeah.
Do you have the address?
I don't have
handy?
the address, but just
put
look
it
up
in the
the
show
Dutch
notes.
Authority for Nuclear Safety, and basically just don't buy that shit.
Yeah, it's not going to.
So-
Well, I don't
So
care.
And-
some necklace to
And
protect
Hertzie has to come up with a new segment now. Just by the way,
Yeah,
I don't know if you
okay.
guys caught that.
But side
On the
note-
fly, she's
It's
got
okay.
to
I've been
So-
searching online this whole time, and I think I found one about Alex Jones.
So
Okay,
every single time that Sabrina says I'll put it in the show notes, it reminds me of watching Bill and Ted, and they're like, okay, so we'll just go back later after we're done, and we'll go back a week and steal my dad's keys.
Yes. Exactly, because I also almost always forget to actually put them in the show notes.
Oh, boy.
Anyway.
Continuing. I'm just going to put a pause here for half a second. Did I just steal your thunder there?
Yeah, you did.
That was,
Yeah.
that was the segment you were about to do?
Yeah.
This is nothing to a
Wait,
second
Oh,
time now.
God.
You
Okay,
two
we gotta
need to
stop doing
talk.
that. Yeah, we need to stop doing that.
And that's okay. Like I said, I found something about Alex Jones, so it's all good. I figured if I Googled him, there'd be something that's Schadenfreude-ish.
Good enough. Yeah, you and I
Oh,
need to talk
that's-
about it.
yeah, you guys. I love that we all think alike.
There's a whole group for
Yeah.
that, Kevin.
There is.
Oh boy!
That's
In
too funny.
science news, a woolly rhino, about 3-4 years old, has been found perfectly preserved by the Academy of Science
saw
of the
that.
Republic of Sakha. It is Yakutia. This is near Siberia.
Yeah.
The sex of the animal is still unknown, but it's estimated to be between 20 to 50,000 years old.
Yeah, they're still doing
Oof.
dating.
The specimen has a very thick and short strawberry blonde fur coat.
Mhm.
Cute little thing.
Oh, it's adorable.
Yes, it's actually proved now that even as babies, the species was well adapted to harsh condition. This is the second finding of a baby woolly rhino. They found the first one they named Sasha, and he was dated to be 34,000
I
years
thought
old.
Sasha was a girl.
Oh, well, he or she, whatever. doesn't
Regardless.
matter.
Anyways, yes. It was just a
Can go
baby.
either way.
It was
Yeah.
Oh,
really
that's
cute,
the
too.
second baby woolly rhino
Mhm.
they found. So
And they found the one that was 3 or 4 years old also had almost all of its internal organs intact.
yeah, the thing is
Like
Wow.
it's
perfectly
truly preserved.
Yeah. absolutely.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
Yeah, essentially the animal probably just drowned
Mhm.
or got stuck in mud and just got quickly buried and
And then
preserved.
frozen in the permafrost.
In more science news, I got a lot of science news this week. Millipedes. Now, the name actually means 1,000 feet, right?
Mhm.
Or legs. When you think of millipedes, millipedes mean 1,000. Most species of millipedes actually have under 100 feet or legs, right?
Of course.
They range usually between 24 to 750. In Australia, where seemingly everything wants to kill you, they actually found a specimen worthy of the name. A blind Australian millipede, a species found deep in underground caves, reaching about only 95 millimeters. So this is about 4 inches, with a cone-shaped head and a kind of a little beak-shaped mouth and a large antenna, was found to have 1,306 legs.
In 96 centimeters?
Not millimeters.
Or millimeters, I mean.
Yeah, so about 4 inches. Right?
That's a lot of
For a
legs.
millimeter, they've got like 100 legs. That's a lot of legs.
So
Wait. So it's 4 inches and has a cone head.
yeah.
And a
Well,
million legs.
Okay, well, I wasn't going that way, but now that we are,
oh, that's actually cool. Anyway.
maybe they'll just come back. You know, sorry guys, we actually just found a sex toy. No previous species actually was known to actually have over 1,000 legs. So this is an actual true millipede, I guess, for the name of it. This species is named Millipede Persephone, and the females have actually more legs than the males, apparently.
Wow.
So and that's a weird term to use, but the leggiest animal before that was the lucky Plenipedes, California millipede, that has up to 750 legs.
Wow.
So this little millipede guy lives in complete darkness and is an anti-fungi species. So he eats
Cool.
mushrooms.
So he eats mushrooms.
Yeah.
So he's a high little millipede. This is I want one as a pet.
Scientists believe that millipedes were actually among the first, if not the first, terrestrial animal to appear over 400 million years ago. Wow. So, and there are roughly about 13,000 species of millipedes today.
I didn't know that.
So now you know a bit more about millipedes.
Stuff you didn't know you needed to know.
Exactly.
That's what we do here.
Okay, it's time. Give us something that
Things that make you go,
things that makes you go.
All right. So I have to preface this. If anyone has children listening, stop them listening.
Or
Not bad,
fast
huh?
forward.
You don't want to hear. You don't want them to hear this.
Uh-oh.
So
I'm intrigued.
recently in Italy, a Roman Catholic diocese in Sicily publicly apologized to outraged parents.
A Catholic priest apologized to outraged parents. How many children did he molest?
Yeah.
Good question.
Well, okay, so that's our first thought. That's not what happened.
Oh, okay. Sorry, just forced
Yeah,
to
it
happen.
is things that make
What?
you go, so that
Are you
doesn't
sure?
Really...
So, turns out that one of its bishops told a group of children that Santa Claus does not exist.
How dare he?
You're reading the story wrong, man. That
And
can't
the
be it.
church lied to children.
So
Yeah.
let me get this straight. The guy who believes there's a magic sky wizard in the clouds told the kids that Santa Claus doesn't exist? Really?
Yep.
Yeah, because
So
he's,
according to this-
he's stealing from the holiday, man. Okay,
Yeah.
it's like it's turned into Santa mess, instead of Christ mess.
Yeah, so they said, first of all, on behalf of the bishop, I express my sorrow for this declaration, which has created disappointment in the little ones, and want to specify that Monsignor Stilagnio's intentions were quite different.
Okay. And okay.
Yeah, so I mean that's kind of the whole point, right? Like, so he was kind of just talking about Jesus is the reason for the season, essentially, right? And so he thought telling him that Santa Claus isn't the big deal. He's not even real.
The funny thing is
Jesus isn't real either.
yeah, that's the funny thing is Santa is actually more real
Mm-hmm.
Right.
than Jesus ever was.
We
Are
have
there many
actual
iterations
evidence.
of Santa that have existed? Like,
No, well, I
Krampus.
mean, the classic Santa is based on the character
Krampus.
No,
Isn't
no, not Krampus. on a Turkish monk, I believe,
The evil one.
called Saint Nicholas.
it? Oh yeah, well, Saint Nicholas. I like
Who?
Krampus better.
Punch
Yeah.
the guy.
Something completely different.
Like,
Yeah, but the idea of Santa Claus is good, right? Like, it's this
Yeah,
guy
the
who shows
idea-
up and gives,
Yeah.
like,
Give
and
stuff
I
for
know,
free.
like, with my kids, when they when they found out, right? It was always just telling them like, oh, now you're in on it, right? Like you're part of this whole group of the giving people, right? Like we give without putting our names on it. You put Santa's name on it.
Right.
I always told my daughter
That's
it's
a good
about
way
the
to do it.
spirit of
I
the
like
season,
that.
and if you don't believe in Santa, you don't believe in the spirit of the season. So that's a problem because it's about giving, like you said. It's not a person. It's about the thought.
I used to bullshit my kids so badly about that. I told them about the great winter storm of '92 where the Cupid broke his leg and I had to fly to the North Pole and
Oh, shit.
another reindeer. Santa and I are this close, man. And the kids were buying all of it. They were just buying all of it.
Poor Hertz, you
Oh,
want to
God.
say something.
My cats still believe in Santa, so I'm good.
Well, I just ruined it. Oh, you have headphones in, luckily.
Yep. Yeah, they don't
Okay.
know. They don't
Even
know.
if you tell them, they'll good luck talking them out of it, man. They like that belief a lot. Okay, they're dedicated.
Dedicated.
There's a lot of strange parallels between kids believing in Santa and adults believing in Jesus, and you realize that when they say Jesus is just Santa for adults, it totally is.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's going to
doesn't-
give you gifts like later on if you were a good boy or girl
Exactly.
or
Yeah.
or whatever you are. Yeah, like
But of course, we're not going to get into the whole mythicism
No.
debate here. But there actually is a bit of a character behind the original Santa Claus. Jesus, we're still debating that. That's really up to you. We're not going to get into that. But it's ironic that a guy who makes his living lying to people while promising a kingdom in an other dimension that doesn't really exist would actually come to kids and say, no, Santa doesn't exist.
No, there's no North Pole. There's
yeah,
no
Santa's
elves
a load of
there.
nonsense.
Okay, there
Yeah,
is a
and
North
like-
Pole, though.
Well, there is a North Pole, but there
For
is
now.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Melting.
Even if you take the components, you think of Santa,
Mhm.
a big jolly elf, you think of a sled, you think of reindeer, you think of North Pole. All these things actually exist.
Yeah.
If you think of Jesus, you think of fishermen and 12 disciples, and none of these have actually been kind of proven. Of course, there are fishermen, but none of these things have actually been proven in antiquity whatsoever. So there's actually more. It's very weak evidence, but there's actually
More
more
evidence of
evidence
Santa.
for Santa that points to Santa than there is something that points to Jesus. Which is
I mean, I've seen
Yeah.
I've seen flying reindeer. Okay, that's a thing. All right.
But here's
So-
the thing: like we know Saint Nick existed, right? And that honestly
Yeah.
was kind of
Yeah.
the point this guy was saying is, we have this Saint Nick, and let's look at what he did and what he was trying to do.
Mhm.
Because he's trying to give gifts, to the poor, right? And of course, the evil Roman bad man was stopping him, right? Like, because that's what they did,
Yep.
like,
Yeah.
so.
Right.
I guess
I'm
we
still
should give
stuck on
the,
Saint Nick people, and I'm just like, we should copy Saint Nick. We should punch people.
yeah. Let's be more like Saint Nick.
Punch
Let's
masses.
give to the poor. Let's punch people that are shitty. Like, let's go.
I guess we should give the Grinch award to this guy, this priest.
Right.
Well, that's why I had to preface it, just in case someone's listening with their kids. I know that sometimes we curse,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We do have
but
to eat.
I curse in front of my kids, so I wouldn't be worried about it. But that one just had to pre-warn it.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Right.
Yeah, because it's okay to keep them having that sense of fantasy and happiness at a young age, anyways.
Thank you, Benjamin. That was great.
Yeah.
All right, Hertzy, you're up. You got a Schadenfreude.
I do too.
All right. So on the heels of a report, this is from, anyways, but yeah, on the heels of a report, we have found 3 more voters who voted illegally in Florida.
Oh,
No.
Were
Well, I didn't.
Were they liberals? They were them damn liberals.
Oh
weren't
yeah,
they?
absolutely. No, actually, they were all the ones that we have found in Florida have all been Republican, and
What?
looks like they're voted multiple times.
Look, it wasn't me. I definitely voted at least 3 times. Okay.
Okay.
All right. I know I did it right at least one of the 3 times. So,
No, but seriously, have they actually found one Democrat that double voted?
No.
This one?
I don't think so.
No,
for
not that I'm
I
aware
haven't
of.
heard of one.
no.
All they found is voter fraud. All Republicans.
Yeah.
All of them.
Yep.
Yes, because it's the same thing where they accuse us. Well, that's what shitty people do. They will accuse you of what they do themselves.
Exactly.
I think
It's abuser shit.
the closest I've
Yeah.
heard of a someone who's potentially a Democrat, I don't know if they actually talked about the affiliation, was this one woman in, I want to say Texas, where she voted and she wasn't supposed to vote because she
Yes.
was a felon, but that's one where she didn't know. And I know that there are
That
some
was
people who say ignorance, even though you're ignorant of the law. And I'm like, yeah, except for like, not everybody knows that rule. So, so she voted, but
So interesting fact, I dated her defense attorney.
oh my.
And
What?
it.
Yeah.
That's it. Oh, okay.
You got to keep going.
That's
Like
the
that
story
one.
That's why I know about it, honestly.
So
Oh.
looks like
I dated a lingerie model.
That's it. No, I'm done.
looks like
Anything is possible when you lie, Kevin.
but looks like the three have been arrested, so there might actually be consequences.
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, they are 63, 71, and 61. So
Boomers. Of course.
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of
Mhm.
funny because I find it funny that all the stuff they were warning us about, the boomer generation was warning us about, how it's going to rot your brain and you're going to turn into a criminal if you do this. They're the ones
Mhm.
that have kind of turned into this by listening to Fox News.
Yeah. I
Right.
think they choose it. I really do. I think that they just choose to they're like, well, I told you this was going to happen, and you didn't listen to me. So see, it's happening.
Yeah.
But they're the ones causing it, just so that they can
But
say,
they're
"See?"
causing the shit. Yeah.
Yeah, because they know it's anyway.
Sad.
A little bit, yeah.
I can't wait for the day where this horrible person, he who shall not be named, eventually just decides to die.
And give up on politics, anyways.
I'm actually curious as to what's going to happen when who shall not be named dies, because if you listen to the conspiracy theory stuff, nobody dies naturally. John McCain, not natural. Hillary Clinton allegedly has been killed. There's a whole thing of Biden and Trump having a face-off situation, depending on who you talk to.
That's the best
That
one.
makes sense.
No
Yeah.
way. Are you you're serious?
I
that,
wanna
like, there's
see-
conspiracy
Because they
theories?
have interchangeable bodies after all.
See,
Yeah,
The-
so there's
the
one where
Donald-
they're interchangeable, and I think there's another one where it's like Biden is like an android or something. It gets really weird.
I was gonna say I would have had my money on the conspiracy being a skin suit robot. Like I'm just
Yeah.
saying.
And
That's
these
where
are
my money
real.
would go.
Like, these people truly believe this to be true. They're not just being little shit posters online spreading crap just to watch other.
It starts
It's
with
QAnon.
Well, that's the way I think it starts.
Who
Yeah,
knows
of
what they know?
And
I
people
don't
take
know what
it
they.
serious. Like, don't take that shit seriously. If it ends in Chan, it's not real.
I know, but it's like these are the people who also think that, well, not all of them, because here's the thing, they'll fraction off into different areas. I mean,
That's
I
true,
think there's still people in Dallas waiting for JFK
Yes.
Jr.
There is.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's
Yeah, I
it's
love that
not
one too.
beyond.
I love that one too, because it's like, yes, the perfect place to go wait for my father would be where he was shot.
Yeah.
Well, and they're not. They're even waiting for his son. So why in the hell would, as a son, come back to where my daddy died?
Yeah, and
Well,
there's
he's supposed to come with him. His
Yeah,
dad was supposed to come with
now
him.
they're both supposed to come, but then I have the
Yeah.
question of how old is this man?
He's like 100 and
Yeah, you'd be like over 100 years old now.
Yeah, it's
Why
fine.
is he alive?
Well, I mean, if
Stupid.
you believe this book called the Bible,
Ugh.
is it really that much of a stretch?
Methuselah.
I
Yeah, you know.
Okay, yeah, I'm speechless.
Yeah. When it comes to conspiracy theories, the gymnastics never cease to amaze me.
I know that I say this a lot, but damn, I'm glad I'm Canadian.
Oh, you got him too.
So
You got him.
yeah,
You
Yeah,
got
I
him.
know you do.
The one I keep seeing.
I'll
stuff
take that
about.
back. Yeah, the Queen of Canada. That shit's
Yeah.
I was gonna say there's an entire like
Yeah.
I've seen in a video that had a whole thing about how Prince William.
Mhm.
Yeah, Prince William is the Antichrist, and like
Yeah,
all of the
he's
things that
living in Canada now. Oh,
Sure.
Yeah,
Sure.
there's a whole slew
Yeah.
about how he's the Antichrist and how it's linked to the mural that was in the Colorado airport and a mural that's in the U.S. Bank building.
oh,
Of
Duh.
course.
Oh
You
my
leave
gosh.
symbols
Oh.
everywhere when you're doing things in secret.
I'm
You know.
sorry that
That's
these-
how you do it. Got to lead some crazy person on.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Goose
You know, I
chase
had
there.
a friend who thought his father was oh God, who's that union boss that disappeared? And
Oh yeah,
Please,
And he's like
Jack-
buried in the mound or something.
This
Shoot.
is stupid. I know this.
I know. Come on, come on.
Oh,
Let's spend the next
Why the
15
fuck do
minutes
I know
talking
this?
about who it might be.
I know. Nobody look at their phone.
I'm Googling.
Instead.
Jimmy Hoffa.
Anyway.
There we go.
Yeah,
Wait, I get him.
I
have
knew
a
the whole
friend,
time,
you know,
but I wasn't going to tell you.
I had
Uh-huh.
to write down my notes because my phone died. See?
I believe you. So anyway,
got
I had
it.
a friend who truly believed that Jimmy Hoffa was his father.
Oh, Jesus.
Anyway, yeah. I love that man to death, and you know, if there is an afterlife, I hope you're there.
I was gonna say there was that one cop in LA who thinks that his dad killed the Black Dahlia, but that one at least,
Because we don't know who did that. So
no,
Yeah.
that is still a huge mystery. But yeah, he wrote an entire book and I read it and I was kind of like, I don't know if this is great, but your dad's dead, so it really doesn't matter.
Right?
Yeah.
Sleeping tonight.
Fred Lee.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, for us.
I do.
What do you
So,
know?
this is so there's this guy Shane Vaughn, and I want I'm going to play a clip in a second, but there's two things I want to point out here. Now, the first thing is that this guy, he may not be the biggest in the world. He's a pastor. He's a pastor at First Harvest Church, and he's got 2,000 followers on Twitter, but and that's not that much. But every video he does has at least 4,000 views. So, keep that in mind. The other thing is that this is supposed to be church, and so just keep that in mind. And then also, as a context here, what he's talking about is Obama. He's like blaming Obama for the Russia investigation into Trump. So he doesn't say that in the video, but that was like what he was talking about. So here we go.
So I was supposed to keep a bunch of stuff in mind, but I forgot all of it already.
Well, you know what? Rewind the tape. Just rewind the tape right now.
No, just hit play. Just hit
Didn't
play.
we hit play?
Just
I
do
thought
it.
we hit play
Yeah, he
already.
did,
Rewind the
and then he
then he-
paused it because I don't know. He wants to be difficult for some reason.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
how dare
Yes,
you,
we're
Brent?
all difficult.
It is Obama, ladies and gentlemen. That is the puppet master of it all. Why? Because Donald Trump
why?
did not defeat Hillary Clinton. He defeated Barack Obama. This is personal.
What?
Oh,
Okay,
God.
so how in the fuck did he defeat Barack Obama? He couldn't run again. You can only be president 2 times. 2, 1, 2.
He's the puppet master. He's the
He's
head.
pulling the strings.
They
Yeah.
cannot imagine a woman actually getting that far.
So what they're saying is that
It's-
Obama
yeah.
is still like puppet stringing Biden too,
Probably.
Yes.
because
Yeah.
Biden was his vice president.
So he can't
Well, yeah.
imagine.
Because
Yeah,
any
Nor can he imagine a black man
exactly.
in
Exactly.
charge. This is what it's really about.
But okay, I'm looking at this man, and he actually looks like he might not be maybe he's Italian or definitely
I don't
not
know.
what one would consider. Oh well, anyway.
He's
I
a
don't-
white guy,
You think so?
Well, I
Okay.
mean, it depends
We
if you
have
look
the
at the
kind of
history
history
of this
we're talking about.
country, right? Like Italians
Yeah.
were not considered white people.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Until
thinking.
later
and I
on.
hit play and I
Yeah.
screwed it right up by pausing it.
Barack Obama, Hillary Clinton was nothing but his protege. She was an extension of him and his presidency.
What?
Just like Joe Biden is.
See.
There we go.
Trump almost beat, well, he did, Biden
Well,
or
I mean,
Barack
he-
Obama twice.
Wait. So he admitted it for a second, right?
He did. He did.
Yep.
Yeah,
And it's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
wait a second, I can't admit to that. Crap.
Shit.
Yeah.
Backpedal. No, he didn't.
Backpedal.
He didn't beat Biden. He beat Barack Obama.
This is amazing that he thinks that Hillary is a puppet of Barack, considering that Hillary was the first lady years before Barack Obama was on the scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hillary is Barack Obama's puppet master.
Yeah,
Right.
If
anything.
let's not start another.
Well, that's
There's
I'm not
two-
starting a conspiracy here. Well, okay.
But
It's-
We
uh,
all know
listen.
the real puppets. The real puppet master is Satan.
Yeah.
right.
That's the next thing he's gonna pull.
I was gonna say
He's
he
full
sounds
of
like
demons.
he sounds like he's trying to do an Alex Jones. And as somebody who listens to a lot of a particular podcast that listens to Alex Jones, he's not doing a good job.
No.
No,
Can't
you really
keep
got to
your shit straight,
rasp up your
first off.
voice there. You got to like,
The raspy voice does
Gargle
add
some more.
credence.
It does.
Yeah.
You know
Oh,
what's
so I
funny
need to
about-
be raspier? Is that what we're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, I want you to smoke like 60
Yeah.
cigarettes.
Ew, don't do that. That's gross.
Don't
All
do
right.
that. Please don't.
Now
What's
I'm
funny
raspy.
about this? No, what's funny about all this is these people have like all these prophets that we watch on a regular basis that all predict Trump was going to win and all that.
Mhm.
Now that history has happened and Trump did win, and guys like this are doing the same thing, they have to either admit they were lying, which they won't,
Mhm.
or go with the big lie. That, yeah, he did win, but this is all a conspiracy now.
Yeah.
They have to do this. Their hands are tied. They have to do this if they want to keep their message going.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I think you said this at the beginning, but who is this guy in the grand scheme of things?
Oh, his name's
This
Shane
guy.
Vaughn.
Yeah. What
And
does he
he's a
do? Is
preacher?
he like a
Oh, he's a
pastor?
pastor at First Harvest Church.
Yeah, I know. See, short-term memory loss. You got to remind me of this shit.
So bring us the Dory of the
Drugs are
show.
bad, okay? Tori, you're right. Yeah. Oh, look, a fish.
Hi, Kat.
Is there more to this?
Yeah, a little bit.
Oh, there we go. Let's listen. So it's crazy. It's fun.
Because nobody likes you, Barack. Have y'all ever thought about Barack Obama?
No.
Come out of nowhere. Nobody even knew the man. He
What?
never even led a Boy Scout troop.
What?
He literally came
What
out
does
of
that
a
have to
You always got to lead a Boy Scout troop first, by the way. You guys
inconsequential
don't know.
Senate seat over in Chicago, I believe. Nobody knew the man. And all of
I
a
would think
sudden, he's
some
the
of them
puppet
did.
master in
He had a
America.
seat in.
Why? Because demon powers
Demon
choose
power.
these people. Operate through them.
All right, everybody that drinks, drink. Demon powers, guys.
Demon powers.
Demon
That's the
powers.
whole thing.
Demon powers. That's on the bingo
I
card.
mean,
for
I
sure.
don't drink. It's just coffee, but demon powers.
It's just water. Liquid
Mine's just
death.
egg.
Liquid death is how is that? I've heard of that shit.
It's pretty good. I like
It's
it.
just water, isn't it?
It's just
Like
water. Yeah.
carbonated?
But no. I mean, they have carbonated, but this isn't.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah,
To go
just
back
water.
to what this idiot was saying, I mean, even if you analyze what he says for half a second there, this guy comes out of nowhere. Yeah, that's right. He comes out of nowhere. He was just a little senator out of Chicago or something, out of
Yeah.
Illinois. And this is one of the things that actually helps you win the presidency is you don't have any baggage.
Yeah.
People can fall
Right.
on it. What propulsed Barack Obama there, right?
Well,
and
not
the
only
fact that he's out of nowhere and all of a sudden he's the president, all of a sudden he's the puppet master. How come? But because one, he's not.
Yeah.
he's not the president. He has been the president for 8 years.
But he's not the puppet
Okay.
master either.
No.
Oh yeah, that too.
But
Sorry.
here's the thing: just because you didn't hear of him doesn't mean that he wasn't around before. It's like, hey, Shane Vaughn, do you want to play peekaboo? It's really fun. Oh, where'd he go? Oh, here I am.
You were not in existence for a couple seconds there. Freaked me out.
That was
Yeah.
awesome.
I don't know. Benjamin just demonstrated his demon powers right there.
He did.
Probably.
Demon powers, yeah.
Benjamin?
Right.
That might not be
That might
Benjamin.
not be Benjamin. That's right.
That's
It
right.
could be someone else.
The power of
The reptilian.
I just do whatever Barack tells me.
The reptilian
Okay, we know
alien
you're real
demon.
now. Phew.
Okay, wait. Which reptilian alien?
Alien demon.
Oh, alien. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta combine it all, okay?
I was
So
gonna
we
say,
gotta
I
hit
think there's more
check
than
all the
one
boxes.
reptilian alien.
Oh,
Like species. By that I mean species.
What reptilian
I mean, if you were an
alien?
alien, would you come and visit us? I mean, half the
Demon.
Christians think they're demons. So why would you go down there and visit? They're gonna put us on the freaking cross. I would. I said no.
No, I'm good.
I don't like
I'm all right.
cross.
Let's go.
And again, and after that, once you hang them on the cross, you're going to wear it to remind everyone what you did.
Yeah. It's just-
Yeah.
Alien doesn't know.
It's pretty sick.
Lock-
Sometimes
lock
the
the
cross
doors.
actually has a picture of Jesus on it. I had a 3D one. I was so proud of it. It's like I'm walking around wearing like. Anyway, that's kind of creepy now that I think. about
Torture
it.
murder.
Oh.
Torture murder all over your necklace.
Anyway, that's it. When we come back, we'll be talking to Tom and Cecil of what is it? Cognitive
I don't
dissonance?
know.
No,
I can't remember.
Something like that. I don't know.
Citation.
Something like that.
No.
I think that they told
That's
me how
not-
to write it, so
hold on.
that's how come the banner's right. But I had to like copy it from the email. It was really hard.
It's about to be fun.
My phone's
So
dead. I can't check.
Stay with us.
It's where atheists gather. This is LATV
2.0. This is where the atheists gather. This is home. This is LATV 2.0.
I'm Amy with a Y.
And I'm Amy with an I.
And we're the hosts of Secular Soup, where each week we offer up a bowl of real talk about atheism, feminism, politics, parenting, and whatever else we want to talk about because it's our podcast.
Just listen to what these random dudes are saying about our show.
This is what would happen if Daria and Jane grew up and started a podcast.
So if you like extremely foul-mouthed ladies with opinions, this is the podcast for you.
Grab a bowl and taste the magic. Slurp even this.
Hi, I'm God, and I just want to make sure to tell you not to listen to Unapologetics on Stitcher and SoundCloud. That's Unapologetics with an X at the end. But, yeah, definitely do not listen to the show. I mean, I swear to me, I will murder my son. I kind of already did that, but just don't listen to the show, okay? Hey, Lucy.
Can you not call me that, okay? We already went over what my name is, okay? It's Lucifer.
Alright, look, Luce. You wanna come with me? I'm gonna go fuck with this guy, Joe.
No, don't do that, okay? Can you just leave him alone?
Yeah, I'm gonna kill his family.
No, don't do that.
I'm gonna give him sores all over his body.
Don't do that. That's disgusting.
And, I'm gonna kill all of his livestock, you know.
Stop saying things. Just stop.
And I'm gonna blame the whole thing on you. Alright, let's go, bud. Remember, don't listen to Unapologetics on Stitcher and SoundCloud.
Hey, definitely listen to that show. It's awesome. It's really cool. He's really a dick.
I heard that.
All right, our next guests, they're the hosts of the podcast Cognitive Dissonance and the much more well-known podcast Citation.
Okay.
Tom and Cecil.
We were doing fine until the intro.
Thank you for having us on. Good day, sir.
All right, we're just gonna set a tone where we say hurtful and true things to each other. That's fine.
That's the tone.
That's all right. I know. This has started.
Citation Needed is a much smaller show because it has more people on it, and the more people you have on the show, the less people want to listen. How many people on your show?
Yeah, we've got like 6.
I mean, I'm not even sure who you guys are. Like, I heard Cogdis, and I thought it was some podcast about making fun of machines.
I wish it was.
I know.
I wish we just had an entire. We're just like fucking making fun of gears.
God, that'd be so good.
Yeah.
See the machinery.
I'll tell you what, though. The last 4 years, we would have saved our sanity.
We would
the last 4 years for sure. If we
amount
weren't
of-
talking about politics, it would have been so amazing. You're just like talking about like a hex key or something. Are you
I would
kidding
rather
me?
cover stories of people caught in
I
fucking
know.
machinery
Caught in machinery.
than the last 4 years.
Interview people who've lost
Right?
limbs to
It would be
machinery.
happier.
Oh.
They'd be like, I was stuck in the
it'd be
hydraulic press
uplifting.
for 36
It'd be
hours.
uplifting. Oh.
And he'd be like, this is the greatest
God,
story I've
this-
ever heard. I love it. I'm so...
I had an
Yeah.
arm until I met the wood chipper.
The DR field and brush mower is not to be messed with.
So how long have you guys been like just podcasting in general? Because I know there's been a couple switches, right?
Yeah. So we just figured it out tonight when we were trying to stream and it failed. But we were on a stream and we were talking about it. Tom's son is 15. And when we decided to do the podcast, he was like maybe 3
Brand
months
new.
old.
Yeah, he's brand
3
new.
or 4 months old. So we started a podcast then. In April of that year, he was born in December of the previous year. We started a podcast that next
April of 2006.
and then we've been podcasting ever since. So we've been podcasting for that long, and that podcast died in a couple of years, and we did Cogdis. We just celebrated over 10 years of Cogdis. 600 episodes was what we just celebrated on Cognitive Dissonance.
Damn. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Are you gonna do?
I'm
like
really
a
glad
special
that
one
you mentioned
for
his
6
name.
Yeah.
'Cause now I know who to.
Are you gonna do like a special like 666 episode?
We have a plan.
We're gonna play it up for
yeah.
666.
So 666. One of the things we wanted to do is raise a lot of money for people to get abortions. So we want to get we want to hold a fundraiser, maybe a live stream where we just raise money for an hour or 2 hours just for Planned Parenthood or something. And I know there's plenty of other organizations out there that we could find that might be a little more helpful than Planned Parenthood, but it would definitely be an abortion-based drive.
Well, based on the new FDA rule today, we could just buy stamps for people.
We could just be stamps. We could do a stamps.com.
Just mail them pills.
Yeah, there you go. Just send them pills. Yeah.
Right.
There you go. Damn. Yeah, because they got that new it's like a pill that they're sending out to people. Is that
So
that's awesome.
so the FDA, so if there's 2 pills you have to take to induce an abortion up to 10 weeks, and it's actually the first pill is regulated. Weirdly, the second pill is not regulated. And the first pill, it's the only medication of 20,000 plus approved FDA drugs that you have to go to a specialist and ask them to dispense the pill to you, and then they hand it to you.
Do they have to?
And then they don't have to. You can take it anywhere. You can take it home and take it. You can take it in your car and take it. But you have to like jump through their fucking hoops.
Do you have to
get
go
the pill.
there? Do you have to go there and they show you like a slideshow of like babies for like an hour
Right,
or whatever?
yeah.
Where
They just
have
play
to-
that
they have to
documentary,
guilt you there.
Babies.
Yeah, they keep showing it to you over and over. And this is what a baby looks like when they're 1 day old.
Do they have to get on their knees and put their hands up in supplication?
Exactly.
waiting for
Yeah,
something to
yeah.
be dropped in.
Yeah, they gotta.
It's such.
They make
bullshit.
you name every baby on the slideshow,
right?
Yeah.
Okay,
so you get more attached to it. Yeah.
Before you get the pill, you are going to take an hour-long swaddle and cuddle class with these beautiful orphan babies we hand-selected to look slightly like you.
Slightly like you.
Just to trigger.
Same
I mean,
hair color.
No connection.
Yeah, nothing
It's
whatsoever.
Just, we make effort.
And we're going to do an ultrasound of your uterus because we can. And we know there's nothing in there. We just want to do it.
just like to look around.
We just want to do it.
It's like HGTV. You know, you got to like poke around a little bit before you're going to renovate.
Where you know.
Make sure it's got storage space.
What if it's a load-bearing fetus?
You don't know.
You gotta check that
you
shit
gotta
out.
get permits, goddammit.
They're going to use
Might be a
ultrasound
lien, you know
for
what?
yeah.
Jesus.
That's great.
Yes, that's what we're doing for 666.
Yeah, 666. So come join us. It'll be a good time. Yeah, a year and a half. So yeah.
Yeah. Well, speaking of charities, man, you guys just did a charity drive for Modest Needs,
Yes, we
right?
did.
And I don't think I ever heard the final number on that. What did it end up being?
424,000 and change.
Yeah.
All told.
So
it's a huge amount of money.
so-
We had a double donor.
Yeah, so the Modest Needs contacted us. We've been working with Modest Needs for about we worked with them for 4 years, once on our own.
Yeah.
And then once and then we started working with Scathing guys, the Puzzle and Thunderstorm guys, and we teamed up for Vulgarity for Charity with them. So for the last 3 years, they've been reaching out to us ahead of time to say, hey, we've got a few donors ahead of time that are ready to match your donations, meaning anything that we can produce, they will match dollar for dollar. And they normally have large donors waiting for this sort of thing so that they can, the donors, of course, love this because these very wealthy people love the tax write-off, and then they get a chance to help a bunch of people at the same time. And so they're ready to donate. They probably already know they want to donate $100,000, but what we'll do is we'll come on and say, okay, cool, we're gonna try to raise $100,000.
Right.
And it's the incentive and the motivation for us to raise it. So that's what happened. That's what we did. Yeah. And that when we raised the match this time was $100,000. That's what Keith, the president of Modest Needs, told me. And when I came back to tell him that within the first 10 days we had reached 100,000, he said the donor came back to me and he said, I am going to match anything that you guys raise. So we just upped the ante to whatever we could get. And it turned out to be over $200,000 raised by both our audiences. So
yeah, and so double that up, and it's
And that charity helps people that are really they're in need. The charity specifically targets people that are on the verge of losing, say, their car, or they're behind on heating payments, or they're about to lose their house. They need to make a house payment. They need to emergency dental, emergency medical. Mom's sick and they need to be able to travel to see mom. So there's lots of things that just people like that are on the margins, they just can't afford. They don't have any kind of bank, any kind of backup, any kind of savings that they can dip into. And so they just need that little bit of support. And so Modest Needs vets those people, and then they wind up paying that bill directly to whoever requested. So if they need a car payment, the people who requested it never see it. And in fact, the people who are who own the car note are the ones who get it directly from Modest Needs.
I think something like the average gift is about $700, if I'm not mistaken. So, something like $400,000 is like, 600 families.
Yeah.
So it's just like, that's the way I always like to think about it is it's like 600 families that get helped. And we have incredible, generous audiences that every time we reach out to the audience and say, hey, here's something that, we think is a worthwhile cause. Every time we've done it, our audiences have rallied around it. And we're really amazed to be a part of that community because they're a generous, spirited community.
And the community themselves, we always hear from so many different sources that the secular and atheist community is not. They don't give as much to charity. And when they take those surveys, they take all the people who give as a tithing. They tithe that money to their churches. And so that money's included in charities. Well, some of that money just goes to paying for the pastor's car and the pastor's heat or whatever. And it's not necessarily a charity. It's just keeping a pastor alive or whatever. And so that money, in our opinion, isn't really a charity, but it still counts as a charity. So the religious communities by far give more money to charity. But we always, every year that this happens, we see an immense outpouring, and we question whether or not that's true just based on the audience that we have. We know it's self-delecting, but it's amazing. The amount of outpouring we see is just outstanding.
It's enormous. Yeah.
Oh yeah. See, and it's really helpful too, because like I had a friend that they weren't able. He hurt his leg, so he was gonna be not able to pay rent because he wasn't able to work. And he came and asked me. It's like I know you you're one of those humanist people there, and do you know any charities? And I was like, dude, I just heard about one from on the podcast, and they helped him out, and they
did they really? That's awesome.
Yeah, and they gave him. It was about, like you said, it was about $600 or $700 they gave him, and he was all right. Kept him from
that's great
out on the street.
That's what it takes for a lot of people.
Yeah,
that's the thing. We're such an incredibly, on paper, big number, 30,000 feet. We're a wealthy country, but so many of us are not wealthy. So many people are. I think the number, I remember reading something a while back that's like, a huge number of Americans are like a $400 unexpected debt away from real dire circumstances. Yeah. And that's terrifying to think of in a wealthy country, because in a wealthy country, $400 goes fast. That's an alternator in your car.
Sure.
That's two flat tires because you drove into a construction zone and flattened your tires, man. It's the most mundane oops.
Yeah.
And there's so many people are that close.
Yeah.
And we got to have better systems.
I'm glad they were able to help your friend too.
Yeah, that's terrific.
And they say it's like the wealthiest country, but if that's all in the 1%, you know what I mean? It's like
a wealthier.
Income disparity.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Look, you got to look at what they count. You know what I mean? It's like if we count the GDP, if we count stock market growth, if we count those sorts of things, and then decide that this country has a lot of wealth. Yeah, sure. All right, fine. But if you count, like, what do most of the people have?
Yeah.
What do the majority of the citizens have? It's not great wealth. It's not tremendous wealth.
No, it's definitely not. But I wanted to ask you. Well, I wanted to ask real quick. Did you hear basically about how Don Jr. can't get in touch with his own dad, and he has to go through Mark?
Yes. I also love too, like if you looked at his text, do you think he would text dad, or do you think he would call his dad Donald? Which do you think he would do?
Probably
because I was wondering.
Mr. Trump.
Yeah. In his phone, it says Daddy Donnie.
I love that he has to he can't text his own dad. His dad was in a huff that day.
Yep.
And he couldn't text him and he had to text his handler. That's amazing. So
Can you
good.
imagine being so fucking volatile that your fucking kids are afraid? They either don't have your fucking contact number or they're like afraid that you're going to give them bad news. And you're like, I don't give bad news through that other fucking guy. Really? Really? Yeah, my kids will tell me anything. My kids will be like, I shat in your bed. I don't even care.
I don't
It's
know.
like,
I kind of want a
fuck,
guy.
what?
Wouldn't it be great? Like your kid sent like a dude. He's all in a suit, and he's like,
Yeah.
All right, so my client has shat upon your bed. He feels bad about it. We'll
Okay,
consider
well, now we
punishment
know the
later.
guy's lying. Yeah.
Actually,
now we know he's
that's
lying.
a good. I want an intermediary between me and
so good.
everybody.
Every
Nobody should be able to get right to me.
That'd be so great.
That'd be amazing.
God, that'd be amazing. I want a guy for everything. I want to be rich enough where I'm like Elon Musk, where I just have a guy who does anything for. You're just like, I have a juice guy who just brings me juice in the morning.
But I want a guy
Outstanding.
for each kind of juice.
Oh, there you go.
I want an apple juice guy.
He's just
who's
on
just
call.
there in case
He's
I
just
want
on
apple
call.
juice.
He's just there with a cider
right.
press, just going
Yeah.
after it.
Man.
Like, yeah.
I want him, and he every morning he makes juice, even if I might not want it.
Oh,
He just pours it right down the
I'll
drain.
tall you what, Tom. Wealth is wasted on the wealthy.
It is
wasted on the wealthy.
We would do some really great. We would be job creators.
Job creators.
Think of all the jobs we would create.
It's job creators, man. So
The
good.
number, the staff on standby, I could imagine
So
uses
good.
for.
God,
Holy
he's so
shit!
good.
Not opening my mail myself. I got a mail opener. A knife? No, I got a guy. He's a mail opener.
And every person needs like a backup person in case
Yes.
they're sick.
Well, what if they get sick? Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Vacations, holidays. Yeah,
And you need the inspector too to make sure the juice is good and everything. You know.
that's true.
Yeah, you need your
These-
poison sniffer.
You're gonna have a whole. There's gonna have to be like tiers of management, and it's a whole thing.
That's outstanding.
Your mail opener would have to be a lady, though.
I'm the head of
opener.
juicers.
Female male.
And everybody would have a title that suggested they were some sort of engineer. Everybody,
absolutely.
right? It would be like, yeah, I am a fructose dispense engineer.
You would have to have
Really?
You'd have to have a title guy who gave everybody titles.
Well, I'm not coming up
Yeah,
with
no, you
myself.
wouldn't think of it on your own.
That's outrageous.
That's outrageous.
I'm
Don't be
paying
silly.
people for this work,
Don't be
Cecil.
stupid.
You got to start out with the guy to get guy. You know.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, the
It's
guy.
I'm not doing my own hiring.
Right.
Jesus.
So it's like the title guy, like gonna do like quirky stuff, like coding ninja.
Right.
But yeah, that was just
Crazy billionaire money.
Right. Yeah. But because that I think is what speaks the most about that whole January 6th thing. It wasn't even necessarily the fact that Trump got him all riled up. It was the fact that he didn't do anything while to the point where even the Fox News hosts and what do all news hosts have
Mark Meadows'
evidence?
phone number.
Yeah.
Evidently.
Yeah.
Is that
Yeah.
normal?
I just got the chief. I'm a fucking talking head on a TV show, so I definitely have the personal cell phone of the chief of staff of the president.
It's weird that they didn't read any MSNBC hosts texting him.
Right.
It is.
You know, a
Yeah.
little
Well, they
strange,
probably just
huh?
haven't come out
Yeah.
with the no.
Yeah,
100% no.
No,
does
because Liz
Biden-
Cheney was reading them, so she would have read anything that came out.
That's true.
Yeah.
Right. I wonder,
Yeah.
does Biden have a guy that's connected? Does MSNBC email or
Right. Like
text?
there's
Have a
Biden's
have a
guy?
hotline to Biden? Do they have a
Yeah.
red phone? I don't know.
Do you think the
weird.
phone is under like a fucking racist head statue, like a Commissioner Gordon, but it's like
Oh. It's
like
just
some
it's just
fucking-
somebody in blackface. Like
Right.
it's Abe Lincoln in blackface. Abe Lincoln in
That's
blackface. That's it.
That's it right
That's
there.
it. That's perfect.
Can you imagine going to commission that? All right, I'm gonna need a bus with a head with a phone in it, and it's gonna be Abe Lincoln in blackface. Don't ask a lot of questions. Refer those to my questions guy.
once again billionaire money.
Crazy billionaire money, Benjamin. Crazy.
You gotta have at least $150 billion before you can get there.
Sold. Done. I'm inventing electric cars. Did anyone do that already?
No, nobody's done it.
God
well.
damn it!
You mean you're buying electric cars from somebody else with your dad's emerald mine money?
Okay, but I'm gonna say I invented it. I'm okay. You're just
Okay,
yeah. I'm the new Tony Stark. Okay.
Okay, yeah,
It's in a magazine somewhere. Very important.
Whatever, Justin Hammer.
You know, you guys said like Trump didn't do anything during those riots. I am confident he was jerking off to it. I am. He was watching that one-handed on his phone.
Yeah.
Just absolutely.
I will say, as the day played out, when you saw what was happening, he didn't do anything to stop it. But there was so many moments throughout the day where everybody realized, I think everybody on the outside that wasn't there realized how bad it was, even the conservatives. I mean, if you're looking at conservatives texting, and these are hardcore conservatives, Sean Hannity's texting, Laura Ingram's texting, Donald Trump Jr.'s texting. I'm sure there's plenty of other texts that we're saying, gosh, this has got to stop. He's got to end this right now. This is looking really bad for us. Everybody knew it looked terrible. Everybody on the outside knew it looked terrible. And
everybody on the outside was scared.
He did nothing.
Yeah.
He did nothing about it. And then at like 7:00, he had that weird hostage video where he comes out and he's standing like really weirdly rigid.
And he's blinking in Morse code.
Yeah, and he's just standing there. He's like, you should all go home now. I don't like this. And then they kept cutting weirdly because he got off script. So like there's cuts in that video. I don't even know if you can find that video anymore, but they cut that video. He's going off script. You know he is because they have to cut to the side one to get him back on script. And they did it over and over and over again. And you know he was being like, it was like a hostage video.
Yeah. It's like a North Korean fucking captive.
It was 100% like John McCain.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Because like, we love you, you're very special was not in the goddamn script. There's
No,
writing
which
that.
is why they have to cut it each time. They cut it to the side and they're like, stop saying you love these people. They are literally taking paintings from the Capitol right now.
There's a gallows for your number 2.
Yeah, exactly.
Outside.
Yeah.
And there's like a narrative on Fox. They're like, they're tourists, not terrorists. And it's like, I've been a tourist a lot of places. I've never brought my own gallows. I just assume if I need one, there'll be one.
Yeah, no, if you're gonna need one, you should rely on the city for that.
Right?
Yeah.
Who the fuck is like, I'm bringing a gallows? That's fucking heavy. Yeah, it's worth it.
Not to use a local
I've got an idea. I've got an idea. Billionaire money. Portable
gallows.
Like gallows that just close up and you can just snap them open.
Like a
real
briefcase.
quick.
Oh, like a briefcase.
Yeah.
You just flip it open and a gallows.
Like an umbrella.
Yes.
An umbrella gallows.
Yes.
It's unlucky to open your gallows inside.
Yeah, don't
though.
open your gallows
Don't
inside.
open a gallows inside.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Over a
But,
mirror.
like, what was Pence thinking this whole time? Do you think he's just like sitting there shaking? He's like, "Mother, I don't want to hang."
I guaranteed 4 or 5 senators filled their pants. Guaranteed they filled their pants. Guaranteed. Because I'll tell you what, if I was there, I'd have filled my pants. That was scary
as fuck.
Watch the Washington Post, video where they linked all the videos together. So they did a really interesting thing. They took all the video that they could find from this and they linked it together, and they did a narrative where they showed a floor plan on where the people were and what the video was playing at the time. And they are literally steps away from the senators at one point, steps away from them, and they get turned away down one hallway, but they could have easily, and they were banging on the door while they were in session.
Yeah.
So they didn't get out in time. They had to be removed from a different door that was secured, but they were banged. They had to put fucking benches up against the door like it's a zombie invasion.
It's the thing. The zombies would even be better because they're not. I mean, it's almost like you can. Zombies aren't smart. They're just gonna like walk.
Right.
These people are really angry and want to kill you.
Yeah,
that's
and
different.
not smart. And not smart.
Yeah.
I mean, not smart.
Luckily,
Zombie
every
level
senator
stupid.
has backup pants.
Yeah. There's a Secret Service guy who just dives and puts the diaper on him. He's like,
The bodyguard music plays.
And
It's so funny to see all these hosts. They're like, everybody's calling me a hypocrite. Let me show you. what I put out that day, because they're all, they were saying one thing, but then they were calling, texting Mark Meadows and saying a different thing. And now they're all on the defense. And they're
Yeah.
they're still not helping, though, because they're all like, it was Antifa. It was Antifa.
Yeah, 100%.
Fuck out of here.
Within hours, they were saying it was Antifa. Within hours, they were trying to blame somebody else. They were trying to spin it as best they could. They knew they fucked up. They knew that a big swath of their people had fucked up. And they had basically done exactly, they did exactly what they said they wouldn't do. I don't know if you saw, but there was tweets beforehand saying if Trump doesn't win, we will just go home. Unlike BLM or whatever they were basically saying. They're trying to compare it to that, and they're saying that instead of and they didn't. They totally 100% didn't. It was exactly the opposite of what they had claimed was going to happen.
I can't get over too that it's this time of immense existential peril and crisis, and they're like, I'm gonna send a text message. Pick up the phone.
I know, right?
Pick up the phone and make you know what?
No,
I'm calling
anymore.
Don't call. Why would you create a record that somebody could read though?
I'm so glad they did.
What the fuck? How fucking stupid are you? HR 101, man. Don't put that shit in writing. The fuck? You're that's the thing is we've gotten so fucking lazy and weird about talking to each other. It's like, well, I'm gonna make this permanent electronic record of my hypocrisy in a time of crisis. Pick up the phone. This is the time. Well, just pick up the phone.
Yeah.
At least do a fax,
Yeah.
Fax is not going to be better.
No.
Okay, let the record read.
Yeah. Also, come on. We're talking about Fox News. There's no facts at Fox News.
Oh, nice.
Hell yeah.
Facts and facts. It's a pun.
That's very good. It's very good.
I see what you did there.
Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Do you think this committee's gonna actually lead to?
Oh God, I don't know, man. I don't know, man.
I do. Yeah,
I don't know.
I do. I think they're gunning hard. I think they've. Yeah, I can't imagine how they don't. They've shown that they've got some balls with their contempt charges. I think their contempt charges are we are not fucking around. Mark Meadows has been referred to the Justice Department for criminal contempt for failure to appear. I don't think that this is a fuck around committee. I think even the Republican members of the committee, Cheney, they are not fucking around. I think there's accountability to be had right now.
I hope so, because I've been so disappointed for the last, let me check my watch, 6 years that I would really like to not be disappointed, and that would be great if I wasn't disappointed yet again, again and again and again, where there's some sort of investigation which hopefully turns into something, and then because you hear about like everybody in the world knows that these things happened. But in order to somehow get it through, it has to go through this weird Byzantine process where it has to be said aloud in this one little room in order for something bad to happen, when it's just everybody knows that happened. Everybody knows that happened.
Yeah,
we watched it all happen. We literally watched it happen. We literally watched it on TV while it happened. The entire nation sat and watched it live.
Right. But I think what we're finding out is just how deep the involvement was of so many of the people on the administrative side to help make it happen.
Yeah, make it happen.
And to make sure that it didn't stop when it began happening. And that shit's coming out.
Yeah.
And those people they are exposed. Their fucking pants are down.
Yeah.
And
we'll see if that has something happens to them. Because for 4 years, there was scandal after scandal after scandal.
Yeah, I know.
And nothing
You're right.
happened.
You're right. You're right.
The Mueller, with Mueller, we thought that was going to lead to something, and nope.
Nothing. Nothing.
Yeah.
But this whole thing is like watching your kids in the corner playing with a lighter, and you walk over and give them another one.
I know. It's exactly it.
Burn down, honey. I don't know. Weird.
Yeah. You're just standing there giving a really weird speech about why the house burned down.
This house is on fire, but
But my child was a very beautiful child.
They were very beautiful children with very beautiful lighters.
Yeah.
Hey, there were great lighters on both sides. Okay, great lighters on both sides.
That's right.
We didn't start the fire. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like I had
It's
the
always-
fire
always burning.
extinguisher, but
the
I
world's
disagree. I disagree with the fire extinguisher, so I didn't use it.
Well, I don't know if you heard about this. There was a hate crime that was done against Fox News with the lighting of their tree.
Oh, the Christmas tree.
Anti-Christian hate crime.
What a tragedy.
Man.
What such a loss of a pagan symbol of Saturnalia.
Man.
Such a loss.
Such
Well,
a
they're
terrible
talking
thing.
about it. The tree cost them $500 million. Who the fuck fleeced them?
Is that even real?
No.
No. It was $500,000.
Oh, $500,000.
Yeah.
Sorry, I over-exaggerated there.
Even that.
I know.
For a tree? There's some fucking dude.
$500,000? What did it have a downstairs? Like, what are we talking about?
No man's wood is worth $500,000.
It's not even a tree, though. It's a metal frame covered with tinsely crap.
For $500,000?
Yeah.
A tiny little frame and just all this crap all over.
I mean, like,
it,
how
you know?
much does the tree in, say,
Unbelievable.
Rockefeller Center cost, right? Probably more, but that thing is fucking beautiful, right? Like,
Wow.
$500,000 for a metal I mean, inflation and the advanced cost of steel, everything's going up. It's hard to get stuff.
down
No,
economics.
no, what? That's 2 houses.
Okay, over under
Where?
for if it was built in
That's
China. What do you guys think?
Wow.
Well,
yeah, right?
Yeah, I mean, imagine what it would have cost if they hadn't ordered it on Wish.
Well, when it was on fire, I made a wish. So,
You know, if you're willing to wait 12 weeks, you can get a deal on.
Yeah, but they're talking about this guy who burned it down, and they want him to be prosecuted for a hate crime. Because I don't know if you know about the bail reforms in New York. They don't keep people in unless they've committed crimes that are going to actually hurt people. Like they give you no bail, so he got away with no bail.
Yeah, because
and they're like,
bail
no, it's
is-
a hate crime because that's one of the things you can have bail for. So that's what they're trying to convince people it's a hate crime. So this guy has to stay in jail until his trial.
Yeah, and Kilmeade was like, "What if it's a hate crime just against us?" I'm like, you know what a hate crime is, man? Like, what are you doing?
No, just because I hate something doesn't make it a hate crime. Like,
I imagine there's a lot of hate crimes where someone hates something and makes a crime. I imagine there's a lot of road rage is a perfect example of a hate crime.
Right.
But it's not a hate crime.
That's
unless it's a hate crime.
That's
you know what I
not
mean?
how that works.
I think you know what I mean.
I know what you mean.
It's that good old thing where they try to use our words against us, but they don't really know what they mean.
Right.
Yeah, that's exact. It's like, well, the colloquial definition of hate suggests that as long as my heart is filled with rage, everything. It's like, you just fucking. Well, a theory, by the way, get the fuck out of here forever. Get a dictionary, use it once, even accidentally.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Fuck that Christmas tree. Fuck that. Who cares?
Yeah, I
stupid weird Christmas tree.
You know,
You're weird.
It's sad that somebody damaged somebody's property. You know, just for. I mean, it's just like
should have done it.
He's just an arsonist or whatever, and he just lit it on fire or whatever. He shouldn't have
Stupid
done
thing
it.
to
It's
do.
stupid, but I couldn't care less that. And they're insured. Like fucking if you pay, nobody has a $500,000 thing worth $500,000 and they didn't insure it.
The other side of that coin, Cecil, is it's Fox News, so fuck them. I hope everything bad happens to them forever.
I hope they don't have insurance.
You know,
I hope people refuse their insurance.
I hope I hope every car in their parking lot doesn't start tomorrow. Like I just hope every bad thing. Like I hope the fucking coffee is all fucking weird and tastes bad. Like I just want
every single coffee filter has
every
a
bad
hole in
thing.
it.
Right.
Yeah.
I want the toilet paper to be too thin so your fucking finger pokes through it when you're wiping your ass in the bathrooms. Every bad thing at Fox.
You go over
every
and
bad thing.
Laura Ingraham gives you the stink palm when you shake her hand.
Right. I really hope that they have a mandatory vaccine. Oh, wait, they do.
Yeah.
And they just lost like their only normal, like halfway normal dude.
Yeah, Chris Wallace is gone.
Wallace.
Yeah. How did he stay there that long?
Why did he leave?
He left to go to CNN. He's doing something with CNN now.
Oh, okay.
Real news.
Yeah, is he taking over for Chris Como?
I mean, they also lost.
Maybe, honestly.
Yeah, probably.
There's an opening. Hey, is he going to be governor too?
I mean, we can have
Maybe,
more
you know,
people on this podcast.
Yeah. He won.
Chris Wallace gets to come and be your fifth wheel. That'd be amazing.
They also lost 2 people after that stupid Tucker Carlson thing. Like 2 people pieced out of there. I'm trying to remember who their names are. Tucker Carlson put out a documentary about January 6th. I'm trying to remember what it was called, like Patriot Unleashed or some fucking crazy. I'm making that up, but I may as well not be. You know,
not. I'm gonna
it's probably
not.
not.
Wait, am I right accidentally?
Oh, so amazing if it was Patriot Unleashed. God, I hope it is. From now, I'm making a shirt. I'm making a shirt. Patriot
What the
Unleashed.
fuck was it called? Google it real quick. You guys know what I'm talking about. He put out a documentary about January 6th, and a couple of people at Fox were like, "That's it. I'm done. I'm out," because he suggested it was a false flag.
Oh wow!
It was like patronizer. It was just one word. And it was like
patronizer would be amazing too.
The patronizer.
The patronizer. Would be
I
amazing.
am the patronizer.
That'd be amazing too.
He like shows up and like, well, actually,
he could just, if he's looking for people to work for him, he could just hire Kyle Rittenhouse.
Oh,
God, yeah.
They're fast friends.
He's
head of security.
He's
he's
on that
probably gonna be
American
mayor.
Dream tour now, right? Like that.
Yeah, he's going to be at Talking Points USA. He's going to be speaking at their conference. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, no, they
What the fuck does he have to say?
I don't know. I mean, like, I killed 2 people. I don't know what you
Just
say.
gotta
Like,
kill 2 people and get
I
away
murdered
with it?
people, guys.
Is he
That's
touring
what
with
I did.
OJ?
I know, right?
Like how to get away with murder? What the fuck? Is he gonna write a book like I did it and you all saw me?
Too fucking bad. Yeah.
Like
the
the O.J.
documentary
Simpson book?
was called Patriot Purge.
Okay.
Purge, okay.
There you go.
What did you call it?
Patriots Unleashed.
Patriot Unleashed is so better. It's so much better. It's so much
The
better.
Reckoning.
It's so much better. God, it's so good. 100%. The lead characters in Patriots Unleashed are going to have to be Mel Gibson. Okay, that's number 1, and Liam Neeson. Those are your 2 Patriots that have been unleashed.
But can they be playing the part of Madison Cawthorn and
Josh Hawley?
Yeah,
Who's the
like,
one-eyed guy?
They have like Kevin Sorbo as a side part.
The one-eyed guy is what is his name?
I can't think of his name.
Crawford, something Crawford or
Crawford.
Something? No, it's like
Crawford McCrawfordson.
Yeah, it's like Crawford McCrawfordson.
Yar.
What is his name?
That's it right there.
I appreciate
What is
your
his name?
accuracy.
What is that guy's name? I don't know.
This is
Anyway,
a high level
Who cares? He's,
political
he's
discussion.
an idiot.
Yeah, it literally couldn't possibly matter.
Yeah, I
any
know.
less.
It doesn't matter. He's just a.
Yeah.
All right, we're waiting for him. Let me look him up. One-eyed,
Willie? One-eyed Willie.
Congressman.
Gibson doing Matt.
One-eyed congressman.
Congressman from Texas.
Crenshaw.
There you go.
Yeah,
Dan
that's right.
Crenshaw.
Yar.
Yar. Tis Dan Crenshaw. Patriot Unleashed he is.
He looks like he should be petting a white cat all
He
the time.
100% looks like that.
Yeah.
God, he looks amazing. He is such a villain in every movie.
The Republican Party is seriously like one metal arm away.
I guarantee. Okay, so what's going to happen is somebody's come. You remember Destro from G.I. Joe
Yes!
with the metal face?
Oh yeah.
Someone is going to come out as a senator and be Destro. They're going to have a big metal face, and there's just going to be their lips aren't going to move.
Yeah, right.
It's just going to be you're just going to hear like. So my platform is that I'm gonna kill everyone, and you're just gonna be like, no, that guy's gonna get fucking elected. He's
And,
gonna run.
yeah.
He's gonna run on another ticket with Marjorie Taylor Greene, and he's gonna be president one day.
100%. That won't even feel weird.
No.
By the time Serpentor is fucking standing at a dais hurling snakes at the
people?
crowd,
100%.
we're all just gonna be like,
100%.
yeah, we all thought we saw this coming. We saw
it
this coming.
Yeah.
Right?
The knowing is half the battle.
Super villain, the Green Bobert. You know?
There is gonna come a time where I am worried that Sergeant Slaughter might not save us.
I know,
like that's
right?
just it's
Yeah.
gonna happen.
Yeah.
No, he never was.
Sergeant Slaughter became an alcoholic in 2016. He gave up on the world. We all should, actually. Where's my drink?
Holy shit. Oh man.
All
Did
right.
Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say I'm planning on taking a left turn, and so if you want to like keep going on this
Left
route.
turn it.
No, I'm good. Left it.
All right. Tom and Cecil, I have a very important question. Cecil,
Oh.
when are you going to be getting a cookbook out for us?
Oh gosh, I really wish I could. I will say this though, okay? We actually wrote a regular book over the last year, and we're releasing it in the next 2 months. So the reason why I haven't been doing as much cooking as lately is because Tom and I have been working with an editor. We wrote a book. We started writing it last year after the election. It's a book on critical thinking called The Grand Unified Theory of Bullshit.
We should have wrote it before the election, it turns out.
And so we're going to release it hopefully in the next couple months, where it's at a formatter right now. So that's why I haven't, but I will have one, I guarantee, in the future, probably
or
far
just more
future.
videos?
All right.
Cookbook
It's-
and more
Okay.
videos, guaranteed. I'm writing up I have a whole list of things I want to do, but it's just been so, like, there's been a lot going on with this, so like I haven't had an opportunity to do it.
You guys, I am personally still waiting for his French onion soup recipe, which he is my best friend, and I am hounding him for this forever. And I'm never going to stop. Now it's on fucking tape and everything, because it is still one of the best meals I've ever had in my life was at his house.
Yeah.
All right.
Seriously,
one more
though, is it too late to change the title of your book to Mind Unleashed?
Patriots Unleashed. That should be the that should actually be the subtitle.
Subtitle, yeah.
Subtitle
Patriots
is, yeah,
Unleashed.
Patriots Unleashed. We love it.
All right, Cecil, I got another one for you. Now we know you have swords and we know you have cooking knives. Which have you spent more money on?
Oh, that's
a good question. Definitely the swords. Definitely the swords. Yeah, no, swords cost a lot of money, it turns out, because there's a lot more steel. So it just costs a lot more money. And the people who do them have to do them custom, because like you got to get a guy. And so all your stuff is custom. And so the stuff you spend money on it's intensely expensive. You can get a good chef's knife for like $70. You know what I mean? Like you're spending at least $400 on a rapier.
You should move to Texas where you can just walk around with that sword in public.
Oh my God.
And I gotta have a gun on my side too. I gotta have a piece, some kind of gun.
You can now conceal that gun without a license here too.
Oh my God.
Really? Without a license?
Yes.
So you could just go. Is there any test at all in Texas to buy a gun?
No.
So like, do you need an ID?
The test is, do you want a gun?
There's the federal law, but that's it. Like beyond federal law, there's nothing.
So there is a waiting period still, right?
Yeah,
Because that's
still
federal.
have to do all that. But there's some ways around it ish. Like you can trade guns between individuals.
Okay, I think you can do that in Illinois. I think I can go trade.
You can trades. You can trades.
You can do trades.
I think I can.
There's some ways. Or you can
I think I can
buy
just
it from
give you
somebody.
a gun.
Yeah, you can give them away
it to
too.
'em. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you can give it to me, and then I can just pay you some other side way too.
Right.
So
I like it.
Sexual favors, whatever.
yeah. But yeah, no. So you used to in most states, you have to go get a concealed handguns license. You at least have to
that's
take
what we
these
have.
Classes. In Texas, they recently passed this law where like, nah, you're cool. You want to hide it? You're fine.
It's hilarious. We have the worst. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, in Canada, it's a lot different.
Oh, really?
Weird.
But oddly enough, people who want to own guns, they own a lot of guns.
Sure. Yeah. But you can't. Yeah. But it's just different. It's just I have a friend who was a police officer in Canada who was telling me like we use one of the things he said, which I think was really funny, is like we use almost exclusively United States footage to show cops what not to do. He said, like, we show cops all the time, like, what not to do. But he basically said, he's like, yeah, people have guns in Canada all the time. You just can't travel with them loaded, and you can't, like there's specific rules
like common
about
sense
traveling.
shit.
But it's really super common sense. He's like, but you could have, like, tons of guns. He's like, you could have as many. He's like, you could just have, like, a shit ton of. He's like, we have plenty of guns. He's like, we just don't have the gun violence you guys have.
Yeah, I have a friend who's got a gun. I think it's a bazooka, to be totally honest with you.
What?
I'm not even joking. I don't know.
What?
I will
A
find
rocket
out. I will tell you for sure. But his brother was a gun nut and passed away and left everything to him. And there was one that my ex-husband lifted, and it weighed at least 50 pounds. It was
Wow. Jesus Christ. What? Okay, I don't think you can have bazookas here. You can't have a flamethrower though.
Yeah, you can have a flamethrower.
That's a weird thing that I learned. You can have flamethrowers in like every state, I think, and in most states you can have a silencer for your gun, which is
Oh yeah, then that's illegal.
that's weird to me.
Yeah.
Too. And Illinois, we have like pretty strict. We have like the most stringent handgun laws for concealed carry.
But they're an absolute joke.
They are.
They're an
fucking farce.
absolute joke. They're an absolute joke. They're the worst.
Yeah. Anybody, if you can't get through the process,
so
holy
you're
smokes,
the
I
worst.
don't know how you get through any part of your life.
Yeah.
I can't imagine that you could pull. If you can't get through that experience, I would doubt that you could successfully pour a bowl of cereal.
Yeah, no, seriously. Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
I would bet against you. If it was like Rice Krispies versus that guy, I'd be like, fucking
Yeah,
Rice Krispies
all day.
will snap,
All
crackle,
day.
and pop their way
All
across
day.
that man's ass.
All right, so another quick question for both of you. D&D minus, are you ever planning on guesting? And if so, what class and race would you be?
They haven't asked us to come on, but they specifically said to me, he said to me that if I do come on, they want to do a space version of the game. So if I come on, I want to see if I can be a Jedi or a guy who's pretending to be a Jedi. So that's what I want to do.
And I am literally the world's biggest buzzkill. I've never played D&D or role play games. So I wouldn't even know how to start beginning to think about I don't know what classes are. I've never played one, so I don't know what to do.
Well, and that's an interesting thing because we know a lot about Cecil's hobbies. Hi, Luna. But Tom, we don't hear a lot about your hobbies.
I don't honestly, like the podcast is kind of my hobby. I've got 4 kids and a full-time job, and like the podcast is kind of the thing that I do that's not those things. Like for real, like I do 2 podcasts, and I write. I do try to write whenever I have some time. So I've got a blog that I write to my boys. To call that a hobby would be a little extravagant though, because I don't write in it frequently enough, especially over the last year, to really call that a hobby. I am a poet, so I do write some poetry. I used to do more with that. I used to go out and do readings and do publishings and stuff like that. I don't do that stuff so much anymore. I just kind of write for myself. But the podcast is really what I consider my primary hobby, I guess.
Yeah,
So-
why you gotta call Tom out for being boring?
He's the one who started the boring stuff by saying that he's never played D&D.
No, I know. I feel like the world's biggest fucking buzzkill though, because like I don't really play any games. I don't play video games. I don't play tabletop games. I think they look fun. I just kind of have just never gotten into them. And Cecil and I have played Halo before a few years ago, and we had a good time. I think it's a super fun thing to do. I just never really kind of make the time to do it. I'm boring as fuck.
He is. He's got a bunch
I'm
of
so
kids.
like I
Wherever
said,
he's
I'm
not
the
here,
world's biggest
He's
buzzkill.
got literally 3 kids on him. He's like it's like they just get attracted to him, and he's got to carry him wherever he goes.
Yeah.
It's the worst. It's terrible.
Like there's like 4 kids.
I know.
2 step kids, 2 like biological kids. Like at some point, somebody's throwing up someone.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I was gonna say that's all I got.
Oh, that was it. Okay.
I can go through I can go through the stuff that came up on the cognitive dissonance group, but I think Tom said that he was thinking about doing an AMA.
Yeah, because I just talked to Cecil about it today. 'Cause I saw the fans thing, and I know that people were interested. So Cecil and I thought maybe
we might do one.
AMA.
We might do one in the future. We might actually do one to see if the puzzle guys want to do one, because we want to do one for Citation Needed. So yeah.
Ooh, that'd be fun.
Well,
Yeah.
I have some questions. So, because you said, and I feel like I've heard you say you just do with cognitive dissonance, you guys are just kind of hanging out, right? But for Citation Needed, Noah writes down everything everybody says, right?
Oh, no.
Oh,
What?
no.
No. What? That's horrifying. No.
Is it
all the way
scripted at all?
down.
It's very scripted. Yeah,
the whole
it's
thing
highly
is scripted.
scripted. So we one person will sit down and write a script, and so they do quote unquote research. It's not really research. You just read a Wikipedia article. Sometimes people will do a little more extensive research. I know I have done in the past and other people have done. Sometimes I'll watch a documentary. Sometimes I'll watch I'll read an Smithsonian article or something. And then you write about 5 pages worth of text on what you want to tell the story on. And then that gets handed out to everybody 4 days before we record. And then everybody puts in their jokes and interjections in that script. And then we read that script. Now we do go off script quite a bit. So sometimes someone will say something that you hear out loud that you didn't put together while you were reading the script, and you have a joke, and so you want to say it, and we're very open to people interrupting each other, and so there's a lot of back and forth there. And then I'm the editor of that podcast, so I decide what goes at the end. And there's jokes that never make it because they weren't funny to us, and so maybe they're not funny to other people, and so they don't make it into the show. And then sometimes there's things that Eli says that can never be played to anyone ever, and those can't ever be in the show. So
That sounds about right.
yeah, that's the process. But yeah, there is a lot of
That's
script.
a highly scripted
That's the scripts are about between 12 and 15 pages each for each episode.
When they're complete, yeah.
Yeah, and they have it's a big long process. But it turns out good, and I think that show is really funny.
That's a super fun show to do. It takes a fair amount of time to write one, for me at least. Like it takes maybe, if I'm writing the essay myself, like I'm about a 5 to 6 hour write to write an essay, give or take. But I do a lot of my reading and writing at the same time. So like I'll read something and then I'll be like, okay, cool, and then I'll sit down and write it, and I'll have a screen open, my screen open, and I'll sort of write at the same time, and then writing jokes takes time. And you got to do some of these guys. Cecil and Eli write the bulk of the skits.
The skits in between.
So
Cecil, do you have like an entire hard drive full of blackmail for Eli?
The man would have to have shame.
I save all the raw. I have all the raw. I never throw it out, so I have it. But I would have to dig through it all to remember where he made all the really horrible, offensive comments. So
how do you blackmail a man who has no shame?
I know. He has no shame. What are you gonna say?
Yeah.
Yeah, he'd probably offer to write it on his own forehead.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? He's upset Cecil cut it.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Well, thank you so much for coming on. This has been really cool.
Yeah, guys, it's fun.
Yeah, it's been a blast every time. Thank you so much for having us.
You
We
guys are
really do
great.
appreciate it.
Absolutely. This is kind of our big end of the year bash before we take
Yeah,
a
this is the
bit
last
of a
one.
break.
Wonderful. Well, thank you for thinking of us, and thank you for inviting us on.
It's very nice of you.
Absolutely.
You got to have him do the thing, Brent.
You gotta say, okay, so you gotta say, hi, we're Tom and Cecil from Cognitive Dissonance, and we took a left at the Valley.
All right.
Do we have to say it exactly
We have
together?
to do it similar.
Both
We'll
gotta
do it
do
similar.
it.
I'll do. So you go. Hi, I'm
Should we
Tom.
harmonize?
You go, hi, I'm Tom, and I'll say I'm Cecil, and you could say I'm left at the valley. We took a left at the valley. Okay, so ready, go.
All right. Hi, I'm Tom.
And I'm Cecil.
And we took a left
At the valley.
Valley.
Yeah.
At.
Perfect.
I think we did a good job.
Let's try one more time.
All right.
Let's say. I'm going to say from Cognitive Dissonance. So go try it one more time.
Hi, I'm Tom.
And I'm Cecil from Cognitive Dissonance.
And we took at the valley.
Left at the valley.
Yeah.
We were on sync.
I think we did it
Did
better.
you feel that?
Was that better?
I think
it was better.
Like, when you just get in that vibe?
I feel like I need to bring
God
myself
damn.
off a little.
Goosebumps.
Woo!
Goosebumps.
Holy shit.
All right.
That might be the best tape we've ever delivered.
I'm telling you what, in the presence of masters. That's all it is.
All
In
right,
the presence.
10,000 hours. 10,000 hours, bitches.
10,000 hours, and you still won't be any better.
All right. So I have to ask you, too, about your ongoing feud with Secular Soup.
Oh, that's
Who?
right.
Who? I think they should.
That's all you got to know about that.
I was going to say, I
should-
think Amy with the Y was asking about some sort of obsession.
She has an obsession with us?
No, I think it was
That's
the other way
crazy.
around.
Yeah. Okay, so do me a favor. Just let me know who Amy is, and then we can maybe continue the conversation.
Okay, I do actually have one.
Amy with an eye is in the other room. You want me to get her? That's not a joke.
No, he kidnapped her.
It's all a joke.
Okay, I actually have a really quick question for Tom.
Sure.
Are you the one who writes your insults, or does somebody else write those for vulgarity?
No, I write mine. We all write our own.
We all write our own. We all write our own.
We all write our own.
I was hoping that
Yeah.
was the case because I'm always like, okay, is it Eli? But
Oh no, everybody writes. If you hear someone's voice, they wrote what they said.
Yeah.
Awesome.
For the most part.
For the
most
99%.
For all 5 of us.
The 5 of us.
For the
If there's
5
a
of us.
guess, that's a good point.
Once in a great while, Eli will throw little jabs in. Once in a great while, he will put our names on our colors on something that he wrote, but it's only a one-liner. So he'll write. Eli figures it doesn't fit with the theme that he has, so he'll just give it to somebody else. But that's rare. It's like maybe once or twice a skit. But no, Tom writes all his own.
Oh yeah,
yeah, and they're that mean. They're that mean.
Oh my
They're so
God.
mean.
Your hobby.
Like you're not even
They're
talking
so
about
mean.
me, and I'm taking it personally.
God damn, they're so mean.
I decided at the very first vulgarity for charity. All these guys are so good at roasting what people look like, and I was like, I'm not going to do that. I am just going to write the meanest shit. And it's not. I decided it wasn't going to be funny, except for the way it was going to get to funny is it was just going to be so mean for such an extended period of time that I was hoping it would come around. To funny. And that it has become a little bit of a thing.
Yeah.
So people kind of, for whatever reason, they dig it.
Yeah. There's what I like is that the only way for Eli to make fun of him is because Tom is the only one who actually has a style. Like everybody else kind of is all over the place. And there's no way for Eli to really make fun of them because we're all kind of picking from weird shit. We don't really know what we're doing. Tom's the only one with a style. And so it's funny because like when Eli makes fun of him, I'm like, yeah, you're making fun of him, but he's the only one who figured out what he wanted to do.
Right.
All the rest of us are fumble fucking in the dark over here trying to make something funny. Yeah. So
Like, no consistency. Yeah.
yeah, he's so mean though. God, it's so mean.
It's a little mean.
It's obscene, actually. It's really bad.
I was gonna say though, there are so many people who actually do deserve that. So it's lovely.
Yes,
when you hear
yes.
that. You're just like, yes.
You should read the back end. The back end of that stuff that we get, some of that stuff is so horrible. People,
Oh my God.
Parents that like
Abuse their kids
and
and just-
abandon their children, or people that are like
They tell
abusive or terrible, and it's just the worst. So yeah, some of those people definitely deserve it.
Yeah, these people write in like these really heartfelt stories, and they're just like, roast this person. You're just like, roogie doogie.
And then there's the weird masochists who are like, I want Tom to roast me. And I'm just like, no, you don't.
I don't
No, you
understand. They're just
No, you don't.
I think
No,
they
you
think like, oh, he'll take it easy, and
No,
it's like,
he
no,
won't. No, he
I'm
won't.
really not
I
going to
won't
do that.
Yeah.
No,
This is so mean.
that's not the shtick.
Super
I'm not
mean.
breaking the shtick.
Super mean.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for having us on, guys.
Thank you.
We appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for coming. This is great.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Take care, guys.
Have a good
Take
one.
care, guys.
All right. So long.
Yep.
And that was Tom and Cecil, I think. That
don't know what you're talking about.
Jesus.
There was Thomas didn't show up. We just kind of sat here and waited around.
Yeah,
waited
sure.
around.
You miss all that. Well, I hope it was a good interview.
I'm telling you, they
Did you
weren't
guys
here.
say something about it? Because I sure as hell didn't get to talk.
I don't know. I still don't know what we're talking about.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, they never showed up, man. It was just
Yeah, I was really disappointed.
You shouldn't have taken so long in the bathroom, really. Is what the
I had so many
problem is.
questions.
Me too. I was like
I know.
sitting there. I'm like, God, would you just show up? Drum on my phone. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I hate you guys. Well, that was Tom and Cecil. Hopefully, you guys had a good time with them.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They're always hilarious and fun to watch, and you guys should listen to their show, Cognitive Dissonance and Citation Needed. They're always quite hilarious to listen to, and I find it amazing how their show started as an atheist for atheists kind of show, but it turned out to be almost a gateway into the world of atheism via humor and heavy on politics. And I think it's sorely needed, and they do fantastic work.
Correct.
Oh yeah.
Excellent.
So if you've never listened to them, just kind of go listen.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Or just listen to this episode over and over again.
Yeah, you should just do that. Just do that.
Actually, pretty good.
Well, thank you for Tom and Cecil for being here, even though I wasn't. Thank you to co-hosts Sabrina, Bradley, Benjamin, and Hertzy. And thank you for listening. You can find us at Left Valley You can find us at you can send us an email at left@valley@outlook.com. You can find us on Facebook.com/Left at the Valley. You can go to @LATV Podcast on Twitter. You can find us on YouTube.
At Left at the Valley.
Left at the Valley again.
Yep.
And
It's really not that hard.
Give us a 5-star review where you find us. It helps us and helps others find the show. And you can become a patron. Go to patreon.com/LATV. Brent, what do you got coming up there on apologetics?
I'm not sure. I think I'm gonna. I'm gonna be reaching out to see if I can do some interviews over the next couple of weeks. So.
Are we going to be having a live there on 22nd?
I'm not sure. Are you all able to make
We're
it?
actually still in town on that day, so.
Oh, okay. All right.
My
Yeah,
arm could
cool.
be twisted.
Oh, there you go.
Really?
I think
Yeah,
we should do
we
it.
should.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
It's Wednesday, 11:30 p.m. Eastern.
This is the last episode we have before the holiday season, but we have a surprise bonus episode coming up soon, as soon as Hertzie receives her candy. Where we send some Canadian treats to our American friends, and we're just going to do a nice, fun taste test.
We'll do an
for them.
unboxing video. We can make a reel out of it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to
deadly
drag
scared.
Amy into that because my diabetes can't eat that much candy.
Okay. All you gotta do is take one bite of each. Are you able to do
It's
that?
a taste test, yeah. You should be
Yeah,
able to.
okay. I went to do like a wine testing and spit it into a
But
bucket.
definitely.
Yeah, there you go.
Bring me along. That would be great.
Yeah, absolutely. And Brent, you can bring Nikki as well, and Hertzie, you can bring whatever you got.
cats.
You bring your cats. There you go.
Cool. Yeah.
They're always here.
In
Yeah.
January, we'll be talking to Professor Edwin Hodge. We'll be talking about naturalized people, or the independent people they like to call themselves. We'll have Tracy Harris and Jen Belk. We'll be talking about their show as well. And we'll also have Bernard Laborel. We'll be talking about his latest book. And we'll got some more stuff coming down the pipe. Perfect. Anything else I need to add?
Have a great week.
Have
And
a great-
great Christmas. Happy holidays.
Merry
Whatever it
Christmas,
is you
happy
do.
holidays.
Yeah. Be
Happy
safe.
New Year's.
Don't drink and drive. Please don't drink and drive.
Yes.
Yes, please don't.
Enjoy the holidays.
Be
Thank you,
careful
guys.
of the ice.
Yes.
Thank you, guys. Until next time.
And Happy New Year, too.
Oh yeah.
Know that they love the kids, but how the fuck can we protect them while they planning to molest them? We teaching them to respect them.
Fuck that.
Hell yeah.
Well, I'm the rest in post.
Go.
Yeah,
That's
there's
great.
no way this is getting done before New Year.
Yeah, I've got a lot of it.
I can't. There's not much I can do in the way of editing this before.